My job is to induct our first inductee, Justice Roger Traynor. The award will be accepted by his son, Joe. I have a special fondness in my heart for Justice Traynor. He wrote a letter of recommendation to Yale Law School, which is the only reason I think I got in. I don't know whether he wrote that because he thought I was going to be a great scholar or because my father appointed him Chief Justice. But whatever, I'm here. And if the California legal system had a favorite son, it would be Justice Roger Traynor. He was a scholar among scholars and a professor beloved by his students and of course, the California Chief Justice. He was born in 1900 to Irish immigrants and raised in the rough and ready mining town of Park City, Utah. Traynor knew the meaning of a hard day's work. He also discovered a love for learning. With very little money, but with lots of enthusiasm, he arrived at the University of California at Berkeley. There he earned his PhD in political science and a law degree, both the same year of 1927. He also took the bar exam on the same day as my father. My father had only gone to a night law school directly out of high school, told me, and I never forgot it, he was very intimidated because he was in the same room taking the oral exam. And they asked the first question of Roger Traynor, but somehow he made it. So I feel a connection here. And he started, after he passed the bar, of course, he went on to teach at Berkeley, taught their first course in taxation, and more perhaps relevant today, he helped create California's modern system of taxation. It's sales tax, it's car tax. He figured the whole thing out. We could sure use his help today. He was appointed to the Supreme Court in 1940 as an associate justice, and then he was elevated as chief in 1964. He served on the Supreme Court for over 30 years, and he authored 900 decisions. Some say he is the greatest jurist never to have been appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court. In the tradition of Lord Mansfield, who abolished slavery in England, Justice Traynor was willing to use intelligence and humanity and the authority of the judiciary to challenge existing assumptions. In 1948, he authored the first decision in the country to strike down a law prohibiting interracial marriages. That was Perez versus Sharp. And in 1963, he created a new rationale, one that has been universally adopted by other states, establishing the principle that businesses must be responsible to the public when their products cause harm. Justice Traynor was a champion of people's rights. He was a careful jurist, didn't always agree with one position or one interest or one ideological positioning. But he was a wise person who saw the judiciary as a co-equal branch of government that had its own power and responsibility to make sure that our framework of law worked, that was fair, and adapted to the ever-changing times in which we lived. Justice Traynor, a very fitting first inductee. So I think Joe comes forward now, I think. Come on up and welcome.
Thank you, Governor. My dad was born in 1900, passed away in 1983. I asked him before, we never communicate a lot like most kids of that generation. I asked him before he died what advice he'd give me. He said, do your damnedest, work your best, and work hard at all times. And since that time, I've been, the new thing now is to get in something you like. If you work in something you like, you'll never work a day in your life. That philosophy was recently reaffirmed to me by Mr. Santana, who's here tonight, and I think it's a thing that it's a quality that's endemic in all the inductees tonight and all the past Hall inductees. They're hard workers, they like what they do, and they never stop working. Mr. Eastwood's a good example. I think everybody here is a good example, every inductee. Thank you very much on behalf of my dad.